Aarklash Gaming.
Hi there guys, welcome back to the show. Just got a couple of things that I found on the interwebs that I thought were pretty cool. Two articles in particular from Kotaku, one of the sites that I go to for all my gaming news that I think is a pretty awesome site. Starting out with a poll from the Tokyo Game Show. The poll was a simple question: will you be getting the PS4 or the Xbox One? Now they videoed the question and got their answers, and of course since it's Tokyo, as you might imagine, it was mostly the PS4. There was one kid in particular who asked, what is an Xbox? So Microsoft obviously not doing too well over there in Japan when it comes to getting their console sold. But in a related article, looks like gamers in Japan stick mostly with the mobile sort. They're more interested in that than they are the big console machines that they're going to leave in their homes, which would explain why Sony's been pushing the Vita like crazy over here, because it's apparently really popular in Japan. But they really like their mobile games as opposed to the big honking colossal consoles we have these days. I'm just kidding, they're really not that big. But in addition to that, a number of people actually said neither, that they were not interested in getting the PS4 or the Xbox One. Which was explained somewhat in that related article, which I'll have both links in the description for you guys to check that out. That since there is such a push for mobile gaming in Japan, they're not super excited about one or the other, but there was definitely more excitement for the PlayStation 4 as opposed to the Xbox One, which PlayStation 4 at least has a release date in Japan, which is in February, but Xbox One does not have a specific release date in Japan yet. Which I think is kind of interesting considering the Xbox One was at the Tokyo Game Show, and Microsoft announced the reason that they were doing that is they want to keep a strong presence in Japan because it's such a cultural beginning point, I believe is what they said in that article, for video gaming. So they want to keep their presence there, but they're obviously not making much of an impression because nobody seems to really care for the Xbox at all, and well, consoles period, but those that do care about the consoles, they're going for the PS4 100%. So take it for what you will. Obviously it's Japan, so they're going to be more in line with favoring Sony as opposed to Microsoft any day of the week. So that's just what's going to happen. But in a separate article from Kotaku, if you haven't heard of it, there's a game called Deep Down, which is a PS4 exclusive. Looks like it's announced that it's going to be free to play. This is a game that's developed by Capcom. So, as you've probably heard of, Capcom is notorious for their, on-disc DLC stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be free to play, but I imagine there's going to be a lot you're not going to be able to do in this game, even though it looks super cool and kind of reminds me of Dark Souls. In fact, scratch that. It reminds me of Dark Souls a lot. In fact, it mirrors it almost exactly. The only difference is Deep Down's got kind of a science fiction twist on it and is a little bit less medieval. It just looks like it's super medieval. But, yeah, I don't really know. I think it looks cool, but then at the same time I have my reservations because it looks so much like Dark Souls that I kind of feel like it might be sort of a money grab cop-out type thing. But, we'll have to see. The fact that it's free to play is definitely a good boost for them, I would say. Because this would be one of the first free to play games for a console I think's ever come out, especially when it comes to the fact that this game is actually supposed to be an online RPG. So you'll be able to play with other players, and in addition to that, it's free to play. So I don't know if maybe they're going to get their money from cosmetic stuff, or if they're going to get their money from, I don't know, certain dungeons that you might have to crawl through. There really is not a whole lot of specifics on how they're actually going to make their money. They just announced it was going to be free to play. But there will be a beta that'll be coming out near the launch of the PlayStation 4, so if you are interested in the game at all, you can check it out whenever the PlayStation 4 comes out. But keep in mind that beta will appear near the launch of the PlayStation 4 in Japan, so that's closer to around February, not the launch of it here in the U.S. or here in wherever you are. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of far away, I think. But it is the beta, so you can check it out, see if it's something that you would like. I know Dark Souls 2 is coming out way sooner, so I don't know. They're gonna have a big contender to deal with when it comes to that style of gameplay, because there's also a gameplay demo that's been released on Deep Down. That was actually released by GameSpot, and I'll have a link in the description below for you guys to check that one out. The gameplay looks pretty solid. It definitely looks a lot like Dark Souls as well, but in addition, it has a lot of, I think, graphical improvements. I think as the game goes, it's better looking, but it's still just another kind of Dark Souls mirror in a way. It's just from the look of the main character in the gameplay demo down to the way that the dungeons look, the environments, it has a very, 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 very heavy Dark Souls feel to it. So I can't stress that enough. I want to support Deep Down, but at the same time, I feel like it's just a money-grabbing cop-out. But then it's free to play on top of that, so I don't know. I don't really know how this is going to work out. All the best to Capcom. They've made some good games in the past, and regrettably, they've made some really bad business decisions before. But hopefully, this one doesn't turn out to be a bad one for them, because they've made some games that I've really enjoyed. But yeah, you guys should check out that gameplay footage. I think the video is like 7 minutes long. It's not too long. But, it does seem kind of slow, especially at the very beginning, because the player's just testing out the controls, seeing how things feel. Then he gets into kind of some exploration and some combat, which, interesting thing in the combat, if you notice, when he's fighting one of the guys, it actually breaks the weapon. He launches an attack that hits the weapon of the enemy, and it breaks it. I've never seen that in a Dark Souls game, and I've never actually seen it in a real-time fighting situation. I've seen, weapons break in like Diablo or, hack and slash games like that, but you don't actually see your weapon break. It just, shows up some text. Your weapon is broken, and that's really all you get. But in this game, I wonder if that's actually going to be something that's going to be featured in it, that, you're going to be able to attack people's weapons and break their weapons, because that would be a really cool thing, especially if this is a online RPG, that it would go into, PvP, where you're playing versus other players, and you can specialize at attacking other people's weapons and breaking them. That would be a really cool addition towards strategy, I would think. So, we'll see if that's actually a thing, but it definitely looked like he broke the enemy's weapon. So, watch the video, take a close look. I think it's like the 4th, maybe the 5th opponent that he fights, because the opponent rears up with his sword, and he comes down to strike, and at the same time he launches a jab with his lance, and it hits the weapon. And then you hear a breaking sound, and then the sword part of it is just gone, and the enemy's just holding a handle. So that to me says he broke it, but, then again, maybe it was some sort of weird glitch. I don't know. You guys should check it out, and go ahead and put that in the comments below. Tell me what you think actually happened. I think it broke, and I'm really hoping that that's part of the actual strategy of fighting your opponents, that you can target their weapons and become proficient at breaking weapons. That would be so cool. I would spend so much time learning how to do that. But also from GameSpot, we got some gameplay footage of Dark Souls 2. That one actually doesn't have any audio from the game, because I guess they weren't allowed to take direct audio from the gameplay demo, but they did, put in a Dark Souls track over it, so the feel of it's still there, even though you don't get the true audio of the game. But what I was able to gather from how they're going with Dark Souls 2 is that it's going to be very ambient heavy. That there's going to be a lot of stillness when it comes to the environments and to the sounds, just to kind of really bring you into the game, that immersion. So I don't know, we'll see what they actually do with it. I'm excited for Dark Souls 2. I've been excited since it was announced. I'm still excited now, and after seeing the gameplay footage, I am super excited. But that's all I got for you guys today, and in case you were wondering, the game that's actually playing in the background here is a game called Aarklash Legacy. It's a PC-only game developed by Cyanide Studios. You can get it on the Steam network for $20.99, or you can buy it directly from their website. I think you need a Steam key in order to unlock it, though. Not exactly sure on that, but I think that's how it works. But I've been playing this game for a little bit, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun, kind of a tactical, active pause system game. So if you've ever played games like that, it's going to play exactly like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that in the background. I think it's a really fun game. I encourage you guys to go out and support it. I'll give you guys a link to their website so that if you do want to purchase it or take a closer look at it, you can do that. And I will see you guys on my next video. See you later. Bye.
Nope, don't think so. I am Kangaroo. Serve me!
No pride has the little man. Just like a lord to flee when a battle is lost.